watching, which you better watch because Oliver is going to be here the entire episode, I'm sure. It is Kat and Oliver, the most special little pair. I'm so excited to have you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Look
I
at
mean,
him.
if you,
He's so
oh,
smoosh.
I mean, if you don't, if you can't watch this, if you don't, I'll be upset because he looks like a real scarf wrapped around Kat's neck right now.
So
But
floofy.
if you don't know their names, Kat and Oliver, their username is Girl in a Doodle. And just how did you get good at acting? Like, I don't know, like, did you take
Going
classes?
straight for it.
Yeah, like, what's your secret?
Yeah.
Like, what did you do?
Oh gosh, I've never taken acting classes and I am always been the shy person. No one has ever described me as funny or comedic in my entire life. And so I don't know. I think I just went for it and I just tried to bring as much drama as I could into the camera. And I guess it comes across. It's funny that you say I'm good at acting because I still think there's a lot to be desired. So that's nice of you. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of happened, I guess.
I
Like,
think you have really good facial expressions. Like,
Yeah,
whatever's being displayed in your video, your facial expressions match that vibe. So you don't ever need like text. Like I feel like sometimes in certain situations and skits, people have to be like, and then she goes to the store or whatever.
yeah.
But you're like, it's clear what your emotions are describing.
Good.
And even
I'm glad
Oliver
to hear
is
that.
great at acting.
I know. I think Oliver carries with the side eyes and the glances, and
Mm-hmm.
he has his own little personality. And it's funny because people will say, "How do you get him to do like X, Y, and Z or give you that look?" And he just does it. I don't have to ask. He just is that way. Huh.
And then to the third part of it is your brother, who usually records a lot of your videos. He's really good at directing, I would assume, or just like the videography of it all because he
And
does
acting.
like perfect. Oh yeah, acting too. He does
Acting.
great. Having my boyfriend do any talking over, he's like, and then we go over here.
Do you
So
know
monotone.
my fiance Galen? Literally, do you know who you're also
But
talking to?
Yeah.
Could
Okay.
like,
Well, both of ours
yeah.
can't do it.
It's hard. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. I feel like that's what it was because I'll be the voice for his videos as well. And I mean, at the beginning, I do feel like I had that more monotone voice. And you learn that when you're behind the camera and you can't be seen and you can't see your expressions, that you have to give so many more like pitches in your voice when acting. So, I mean, we've been doing it for almost a year now, and he's just learned and just knows the angles now, knows when appropriate zoom is. It's all scripted out beforehand, so he knows what I'm kind of expecting. But if we're doing it and he says, "Hey, I think a zoom would be really good here," then we roll with it.
I
That's
love
cool.
that. And so, how did you get into Oliver's social media? Was it by accident, or were you like, you know what, I think this could be really funny, and I don't really see a lot of people doing these very relatable kind of like between boyfriend, girlfriend, dog, you know, theme skits? Like, how did that happen?
I almost have done social media for a little over like 2 years with just doing it full time. And I didn't break into the dating type skits until about a year ago. And so I happened upon it. Before that, I was just trying to make as relatable videos as possible. And then I think the very first one I did was me at a coffee shop, and it was dog moms looking for red flags on dates, or sorry, green flags on dates. And that one just took off. So from there, I said, how many like dating type scenarios with dog moms can I possibly do? And it just months and months went by and they were still doing well. And so we kept making them.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like endless, literally endless.
I
And
know
you
there's
always seem
so
to think
many.
of new ideas. Like, even if it's roughly around the same concept, it still feels different somehow. And your brother, with his like silly antics with Oliver, it just seems like obviously he probably has a great relationship with Oliver, but it seems like with their acting, it looks like Oliver doesn't like your brother, aka boyfriend, which saying that now out loud. Is that awkward sometimes with your brother?
So I do not always tell people that I film. Like if people ask who's the guy behind the camera, oh, who's your boyfriend behind the camera, I just don't answer the comments
Hmm.
because I know some people are going to think it's funny and some people are going to find it cringe. And so I guess it's out now, but
Sorry,
anytime I,
cat's out the
no, you're
bag.
good. I mean, some people have figured it out. So, but anytime I have to do like a look up or sometimes I'll throw a lip bite in there, I
Hmm.
always have to look above his forehead right here, like I'm making eye contact because I cannot make eye contact and do the scene. It just won't work.
Yeah,
Okay,
And so,
that's like Oscar nominated shit right there. Like that's some
I know.
class acting advice.
yeah,
I don't
don't,
even want to even think about what it would be like doing it with my brother, any of my brothers.
no, yeah, it's weird. And it's funny because it didn't start out like that. He just
Hmm.
was helping me with a couple that were just plain and funny. And I was like, hey, can you just pretend to be this behind the camera? And he's like, no one's gonna see me. Dope. I don't care. Can you help me with my video after? And then we started doing more and more and more of these, and he was the voice behind it. And so we kind of got stuck. And I was like, okay, you know all the angles, you know exactly the way I like to film, and some people are going to find that weird, but I don't really care because it is all just an act.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, but
Also, I feel like if you're gonna film with someone, filming with a sibling is just so easy. Like you can I'm obviously not saying that you should, but you can get mad at them if they're not doing something right. Like you're
Yeah.
not afraid to criticize and say like, "Hey, I told you to do this." Like, why are you not I don't know. Like you're just more comfortable with each other rather than say hiring
Yeah.
outside help. Like it's so nice that you have that relationship and you have each other to help film because I mean if my
I
sister
think
or brother lives closer, I'd ask them all the time.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
with even like a partner it would be weird. Even if you had a husband that would could fit the role, that affects like your personal relationship. Like I could never have Rich do it. Well, one, he would be bad, but two, because that would just like I would be so annoyed if it didn't come out the way, or he would be annoyed that he didn't get it and he thought it was good or whatever. But I agree
yeah,
with that.
Meanwhile, Ben
that
is my cameraman, so oops.
Yeah, that you guys both have cameramen.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's not easy being a cameraman and acting behind camera. Sometimes I'll have to say, hey, can you say that a little less boring? Because we've
Yeah.
done it so many times. He's like, well, we've said it 15 times now. I just feel tired. And I said, yeah, I know, but we got to act like it's the first time. So,
I know.
Do you, so you have this kind of formula for your videos now. Would you say that you enjoy it? Like, do you get excited about it? I feel like for me, the creative process of creating a skit is the most exciting, but then like coming down to it, it can be stressful. So you said you script it all out. Do you think that in the moment of you acting is enjoyable, or it's more like the before and after that's satisfactory?
I really have to meditate before I sometimes because it can be really hard, especially filming with an animal where, I mean, he's not an animal, he's a child, but at the end of the day, he can't understand what I'm saying all the time.
Yeah.
And so just that level of patience, I'm sure both of you understand as well, of there's a lot of treats involved, there's a lot of reshoots, retakes, and going into it, reminding myself that this is fun and that this can be a really enjoyable experience. I just can't forget in the moment that it's, I just can't forget that this is supposed to be like fun. I guess if that makes
Yeah.
sense,
No,
but
this is fun. You're enjoying yourself. Like
yes,
you're
I know.
supposed to be happy.
He
That's
heard that through
funny.
my headphones. He's like, what?
No,
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, Oliver. I screamed.
No.
But we've said that before too. Like, I forgot what episode, or honestly, it could have been a conversation between me and Galen because I honestly, at this point, it's like a blur between when we FaceTime and when we're recording. But I feel like when you film with an animal's, your child, but
And animals. So
animals,
baby.
so babies, they're all babies. But when you are filming with the said child animal babies, um, it really tests your patience. Like, I don't know if Oliver has intuition. He seems like he does. He seems like he's got something going on. Like
Yeah.
Lumi is a like one of those what are they called?
Blobs.
A blob, but it's like those mannequins that you can move. Like he's basically a mannequin. Like he just kind of
Mhm.
goes with the flow.
Wouldn't all mannequins be movable?
No, but it's like this one that you use for drawing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Yeah, like you
Mhm.
move them in the position. Like that's Lumi. Like he just goes with the flow. And
Mhm.
obviously, since he can't understand me, like Kat just said,
Oh.
oh my god,
Thumbs
like
up.
like he can't like he can't understand me. I just get so frustrated because
Oh, he's smiling now.
obviously it's not, nothing's going to go as planned, and I'm sure you feel that way. And also your brother, I'm sure, like, are cats easy to work with? Like, I don't know.
No, you can have him on too. I'm sure he could attest to that. But yeah, no, it's some days you get lucky and it's easier than others, and you just get that first shot, and you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And some days you're on take 15 and you want to pull your hair out, but he does sense. He will sense any frustration I have, any like he can sense it. So I have to be very excited and positive the entire time because I don't ever want him to have a bad experience when we're filming. I want him to look forward to it and have it be a very positive. This involves treats and mom's excited and we're basically just playing around and having fun. But that takes a whole other level of patience
I
for,
love that.
any dog mom.
So, as far as the Instagram acting, you have your personal Instagram as well. What is cat_Braden? Is that what it
Hmm.
is?
Yeah.
And then
Nice plug.
I know I'm just shouting you out.
Thank you.
And then I was wondering if you have any aspirations in the future to do acting. Like, I know it's enjoyable now with doing it with Oliver, but if somebody came up to you and was like, we would love to see you in this TV show, is that something that you've ever thought about / would be open to?
Or like even making content for more content for your own channel too. Like if someone wanted to like monetize that more.
Yeah, I've thought about it. If someone came with the opportunity, I would never personally go seek it out. I'm not going to move to Hollywood because I just don't think that would be the move for us. But if if the opportunity arose, then yes, like Brody, the Golden Doodle, I think he was in one of Ariana Grande's videos, and I'm
Maybe he
pretty
has.
sure, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I saw he shared that. Yeah, and also
Yeah,
Tika the Iggy was in a TV show, like
yeah,
in an episode of, oh God, I'm forgetting the
I
show,
didn't
but
realize.
yes, yeah.
yeah. So totally, if something like that arose, all for it. But I would personally never go seek it out. I've never really thought of myself as like a movie actor or someone that could really do that. I just do short little skits and scenes. But yeah,
I could for sure see you in a commercial or something, especially because your videos go so viral. Your face and Oliver's face together, his little face, are just familiar. I feel like that's where a lot of marketing is moving towards, is like bringing influencers over. And I really haven't seen that many dog creators like in that space yet. And I feel like that could totally be something I see you, especially because you act very well. I think that's also a thing in our dog community world. There's not very many people who I would say like are acting and in doing skits.
Yeah.
If they
yeah.
are, it's subpar like me.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut
We
down.
both said shut up at the same time
I
because you're a great actor.
I know.
But yeah, we haven't been invited really on anything. Like I see like dogs going on Good Morning America or you know, not, there's another one I can't think of it, but we really haven't been invited to anything. We get brand deals and things, but it's pretty simple. We kind of stay in our own little zone and
Who knows? Maybe there's going to be a whole production company that opens in Utah.
I'm gonna manifest it. Do you think it'd be
Yeah.
on your bucket list to be on TV with Oliver, like in a commercial or in like a snippet of a show or something, like some other influencers have been?
that would be so fun. Pull an Alex Earl and just get 3 Super
Oh
Bowl
my gosh.
commercials.
Shut up.
I don't even need to be in it. If Oliver was in it, I would be stoked. That
I
would be
could
a win.
so see you guys in it, like in a passing. We're watching White Lotus right now, but we also are obsessed with Survivor, and the dude that wrote White Lotus, he was on a Survivor season, and he's been like putting little snippets of people that was on his Survivor season in his show, and every time you see them, it's for like 30 seconds in a scene. You're like, oh my god, it's them. I could so see something like that, not that show or anything, but that type of situation, like a funny show, and then it's like you and Oliver passing, and you're like, hey guys,
Or I see you in like a Neutrogena
or like on a date.
commercial.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why
That's
a
so
Neutrogena
random.
commercial. I know it's so random, but I just see like both you guys having face masks on and being like, if you want your dog to lick your face as much as mine does, then you should try Neutrogena. Like, I don't know, something just like really
and then
not
you
in
guys
the dog
both
world.
splash your
And then you guys
face
like,
in the
make
sink.
out. Yeah. Nope.
If they
yeah,
asked for it,
amazing.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah. Tell me what commercial you want me to film with Oliver. You know what? We should apply to be on Survivor and say, hey, but both of us are coming, and
Yeah.
Oliver can just help me with the challenges, and we'll just
Oh
get
my
on
gosh.
TV the old-fashioned way. We'll just apply.
We should all message everybody in the dog community, message people on Survivor, and be like, let's do a dog parent episode.
That
But
would,
you
That
have to
would be
feed us. You have to
genius.
feed our dogs. You don't have to feed us.
that
Yeah.
would be crazy if people's
Yeah.
dogs accompanied them on Survivor. That would be insane.
And then they had to do like challenges together.
Well, I'd lose.
Like-
I
like-
would lose.
Chili would dominate Lumi.
Oliver, it
No,
depends on the
would
day with Oliver.
Oliver would also dominate Lumi. So
He has a mind of his own. I think people assume he's like perfectly trained, but in reality, he still doesn't come when I call him at the park. Like he just wants to do his own thing, and
Oh yeah.
I have to pretend I'm leaving for him to come. He heard park.
Yeah.
Sorry,
like-
we're not going. We already went this morning.
Oh, I'm so
sorry.
sorry. Do you have to do the
Mom.
see you later? Do you say see you later? Because that's what I do.
I also have to say bye,
yeah.
see you at home, and I'll just keep walking. And he'll stare at me. He'll wait until I'm in the car closing the door, and he'll be like, "Okay, I don't want to be left here by myself." So he needs supervision, but from afar. So
I love it. Wait, so going back to the beginning, how did you get started with social media, period? Like, did you get Oliver as a puppy and then make him a page, or did you wait and then you were like, oh, I kind of feel like making videos would be fun?
yeah, I waited almost 3 years, like 2.5 years before I made any
Oh.
videos at all. Yeah. And it's funny because I have so much more footage of him now that I'm recording all the time, which I enjoy. But when he was a puppy, I was just soaking up the moments that I didn't really think to pull out my phone and record. And so I'm sad that I
Dude,
don't have
that
more
is-
puppy footage.
Dude, that is my biggest regret. I had the same exact thing happen, like where I was just in real time and soaking up the moments, and I took more pictures, honestly, than videos, because I was like, what am I going to do with videos? Like, I'm not going to make him an Instagram. Joke's on me. But I have the same thing where I'm like, oh God, I should have taken more videos. I'm just freaking out. And so then you waited years, and then what did you post when you started?
Oh goodness. If you went back to the very beginning, it's not good. Like it's not good at all. It's the quality is so bad that I'm not even in frame half the time. I just started posting trends. And I did not do a single skit for probably like 8, 9, 10 months. It was all just short, relatable type stuff. So my content style now is so different. But the way we got started is I did sales full time for almost 4 years. I even had a team where I like managed a team, and it all went well, and I really loved it. But then I took a risk and I decided to move to Fresno, California for a few months, and I wanted to try it out there, and it sucked. It was the worst
This is
thing I've ever done in my
before
entire life. This is before we did Instagram together, but he was there, so he
Oh,
came
okay.
with me. Yeah, that was a long drive. He did not like that.
He was a
But-
Fresno boy.
He was, and he did not like it either. He's like, "Where are all the people and friends here? It's not Utah."
And are you from
But-
Utah?
remember,
Yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah, I
from-
grew up here.
Oh.
I remember when you started popping up on my feed. I was still living in Florida, and it was like, what was that trend? It's from Devil Wears Prada. It's like, oh, shit. What is it called? What is
Marilyn-
the phrasing? When she's
When-
like, everybody wants this.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants
Yeah.
this. When it's
I
like
remember
being a
yeah.
dog mom. Yeah.
because I
That was
had
our
done that
first little
trend.
series.
Yeah, I had done that trend, and then yours like around wherever around the same time, and then you had done, like kept popping up on my feed around that time period of the whatever, and then I'd followed you, and then after that, I feel like I kept seeing you constantly, but it's like you were the only other person at that point in time that was putting yourself in videos like I was, and I was like, oh my god, there's another one where everybody else is, and these were I was just doing stupid trends too, but then you like quickly grew on TikTok and then popped up on Instagram, and now you're a million followers on Instagram. That's fucking
Yeah, can we
crazy, man.
talk about that crazy growth? Like, what was your mind going through when you were just skyrocketing?
If anything, it was,
Took a breath.
yeah, if anything, it was stressful. It was, y- instead of celebrating the win of it, I felt like I could not have less views. Like every time I had a video do well, I felt like I had to top it and then
Yeah.
top that. And it just felt like a lot of pressure. So even though my views now are not as high as they were, it feels more enjoyable now, even with less followers per day and less views per day than back then when I would get like 20, 30 million views, multiple videos a week. But then it was hard to keep up with that.
But also, Instagram is doing something weird right now because we talk about it almost every day. Like the algorithm is so wonky. I don't. So I
Are
wouldn't
you
say that
feeling
it's
that
any.
too?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say
That
there's
was just me.
anything to do with your. I don't think that
I
your
hate my
videos
life
have
right now.
changed or anything like that. Like I stayed at the exact same follower for over a month, like the exact same number, and I'm like, how is that even possible? And then the views is just unpredictable. But um,
Well, I'm glad
I
you said something because I thought I was the only one. Something
yeah.
weird happened. It would be a slow burn where I would post on Instagram and, you know, in a day or two there wouldn't be that many, and then day 3 and 4 and 5 it would just boost.
Yeah,
And now it feels like after day 2 it stops. It just stops
yeah.
growing. So weird.
I have been
Yeah.
noticing that a lot of the videos that I'm like, oh, it's done for, it's doing bad, literally weeks or months later, it'll pop off again, and then it'll hit like millions and millions. But I'm like, I mean, I can't even be upset about it. Like, the video is getting exposed, so that's good. But for some reason, I feel like it's not worthy if it doesn't do well immediately for some reason, because I'm like, oh, my followers didn't see it. And then it kind of hits a different demographic. Like, there's one video that's hitting a weird target audience that I don't like right now.
I think
And
it's also the
that's
mental struggle, like the mental toll that it takes
yeah.
to be like, I post this video and I really hope it does well because you want the
Hmm.
instant gratification within the 24 hours. And then you wake up the next morning like it's literally Christmas. You're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see what the number's
Yeah.
at. Like that's your mindset. And then you look at it and it has barely moved 30K followers
Hmm.
or views. And you're like, well, that sucked. But then even if it goes off a couple months later, you're like, oh, but I went through the agony and like the mourning period of
Yeah.
me feeling like the
So
video was a
dramatic.
failure. I know that was really dramatic, but I was just, whatever.
I'm grieving the loss of my followers.
Really put the emphasis in there. But I felt the same way where like I posted a video last week and within the first 12 hours, I don't know, it got to like 60K, which is normal, it was whatever. And I was like, I thought it would do well, but it didn't. And then the next day it had like a million. And I was like, I don't know how that happens. But then I posted a video today and it doesn't even have 20K. Like it's so unpredictable lately. And I feel like that's a big problem with obviously what we do because it sucks.
It takes a lot of mental toughness, but it also takes a mental toll because I get what you say of like waking up in the morning and checking the views like Christmas. It's like, did it pop off? Did it not? I literally had to like set a rule for myself that I could not check my phone for at least an hour after I woke up, because if I woke up and checked it and it did terribly, then it put me in a bad headspace right when I
Yeah.
wake up. And so I didn't want my views to determine how my day was going to go. And so I was like, okay, once I'm awake and I can put it in perspective and be like, it's not a big deal if it didn't do great. And if it did, awesome. But yeah, it's how, we make a living is if you have good views and good engagement, then brands want to work with you. And so it can be really stressful when your views go down or if you have a couple bad videos in a row.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Speaking on waking up in the morning and not checking your phone, what does a typical day look like for you? And like, how many times would you say you film a week? And also, what do you guys like to do?
Yeah, we wake up. Oliver wakes me up sometimes. And just let him out, get him breakfast, and then I usually head to the gym for about an hour and then come back, and then we'll go on a walk. Sorry, I
So,
need to stop saying trigger words.
oh my God, he's like looking. Do people recognize you guys?
Yes, but it's funny. I don't know if older people just don't say anything, like oh, hi, sweetheart. Like my age don't say anything, but it's the 8 to 14-year-olds that will come up to
Oh,
me
wow.
all the time.
They're
Yeah.
fearless. They're literally fearless. They don't give a damn.
What do
That
they
or
say?
I don't know. They never know my name, which is so funny, and I'm okay with that. It's always, do you do the videos on TikTok? Like, are you the dog mom? It's always just like, yeah, I'm the dog mom. Where? And then it's, where's Oliver? And I'm like, well, we're in a library. He's not allowed in here. Sorry, but
Oh my God, it's like you're at dinner at a restaurant. Where's Oliver? Well, this is a human restaurant.
it is. Yeah, I'm Oliver's mom, or I think I can count. I mean, I've had at least hundreds of people come up to me by now and say something, and I have probably three people that said my name, like, are you Kat?
It's
So,
really interesting because I don't know if it's because we do this, so we're like seeing it in a different way, but obviously Oliver is a star. But when I think of your account, I first think of you. Like, I think of it being your account and you love Oliver, not Oliver's account and he loves you, if that makes
yeah,
sense. I don't
yeah,
know.
it's so, it just depends on the person. Some people see it as they say, I want more Oliver, and then I'll get comments of, we want more Kat. And I just try to keep it balanced, but also I purposely tried to make it a little bit more on my shoulders of the acting and taking more of the camera time because I don't want Oliver to feel like he constantly has to
Big yawn.
big yawn. You're tired, boy. But I don't want him to feel like I don't
Yeah,
want him to feel like that's his lot in life. Is mom's putting a camera in my face, and
yeah.
if he's involved, I'd like to keep it shorter than longer because he is a dog, and I want him to enjoy life as a dog and not feel the stress and the pressure.
Yeah,
So,
they don't get cameras. Like what? Like they have no idea what it is. Um, so then you go to the gym. You're done.
oh
You
yeah,
film
we go on
that.
the walk, go to the park, and then yeah, I'll usually start planning out. Either I'll start scripting some ideas, or if I already have one scripted, start filming around 10 or 11 after I've gotten ready for the day. And um, filming can take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours for one video. And then it's editing after that, which
Yeah.
if it's a skit with all the back and forth, that can take another 4 hours. If it's simple, maybe it can take an hour and a half. So it just really depends. So then we just get to chill, huh? You just chill with me while I edit.
I also
And
feel like, oh my God, he's so cute. I also feel like when you're doing, because you do a lot of skits outside the house too, where you're like driving and going to the park or going to a coffee shop. Like, I mean, I feel like I do mostly those types of videos where I'm out of the apartment. Like, those are mentally and physically exhausting. Like, I'm surprised you don't just go to bed after. Like, I feel like I have to take a solid nap after I do that.
We talk about this almost every episode. Jackie's the biggest snapper in the world.
I don't blame you. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to film. I mean, sometimes I take a nap in between. Okay, I'm gonna start filming again. Like I started filming a video this morning before lunch, and then after we're done, I'm gonna keep filming it. But sometimes I have to break it up because it takes a lot out of you on certain days.
That's really cool, actually. I aspire to do that. I'm more of a let's get it done right now. I can't stop thinking about it. It's actually like more detrimental for me to come back to it because all I'm doing is thinking about that. Like I won't be able to call anyone. do anything, and then I almost start to get frustrated with Chili because it's not even his fault at all. It's just my own OCD, and which is really admirable that you can come back to it and like space it out for your own time. I feel like Jackie is similar to me in that way. Like we want it to be so perfect first try, which is unrealistic. And
Especially when you're working with dogs. It's just like
Yeah.
never gonna happen ever.
yeah.
But we can hope. We can hope that it will happen first try. You never know. It never does,
Exactly.
but I still hope some days.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's fair. And for just like when you're filming with brands, especially, you know, skits, I feel like that takes even longer because, of course, you're trying to make it not perfect on the first try, but obviously do it in a certain amount of time because, you know, you're working on a
Mhm.
time frame. Like, how do you manage that pressure? And do you kind of go about your process differently at all, or is it pretty much the same?
It's pretty similar. If you've noticed, I will do more skits that are brand deals. Like if a skit pops up, 75% of the time it's probably a brand deal, and I'm just trying to make it super inconspicuous. But I mean, I just have every scene written out of what I need to film. And so that way, when I am filming, I can turn off that creative side of my brain and not think, oh, what'll be good here and here. It's just the scene is filmed, done. The scene is filmed, done, and compartmentalize it because otherwise it can become a really, really stressful process. But yeah, timelines can be stressful, especially if a brand wants a quick turnaround and you never know if they want edits. So,
Yeah,
hi.
that's why I feel like having a plan. I have to do that more because I feel like there are so many times where I have an idea and I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be so grand and amazing. And maybe I'll just leave it up to the creative gods to plan out some scenes. Dumb idea. Because then I get to where I need to be and where I need to film. And I'm like, ah, shit, like, what would be good right now? And then a couple hours later, when I'm back home and editing, I'm thinking, oh my God, I should have done that. Like, that would have been so good, that angle or this shot. But I think for people just starting out by making their dog or cats Instagram, is there any advice, certain things that you would give for people just starting out if they want to do skits or with certain camera angles? Just any advice.
Yeah, get as many camera angles as you can. I use 10% of what I get of Oliver for his side eyes and looks, and I will just film for a straight 2 minutes, hold a treat behind me, get him looking this way, down, then up. And then I'll just go through it and I'll pick whatever look fits perfectly. And that's how I think Oliver has such a good humanistic like vibe in the videos because I've just gotten so many shots and then I pick the perfect one. So I would more than less.
Yeah, I like that.
And then any advice for people starting like a channel with their animal? Just have fun. It's supposed to be a fun process. Try not to make it a stressful process because at the end of the day, it's if a video doesn't do well, it really isn't the end of the world. You just go make another one. But if you had fun and it's quality time with, someone you really love, then it's it's just worth it. So try not to like over stress, but also I think some people get so stuck in wanting to do one specific thing with their animal, but it's like branch out. Like try the trends and then try the skits and then try the get ready with me's or day in the lives and then see what works the best. I think sometimes people want one thing to work because that's what they would watch. And then they miss a whole avenue of what the audience would love to watch. And at the end of the day, you want to enjoy it, but you also really want your audience to enjoy it.
I loved
It's good
that.
advice. Yeah.
That was like,
that.
I'm going to write that shit down.
Oh, good.
Seriously, though, I feel like
It's being recorded.
yeah, that it's being recorded. That's true. I can just listen back to it. Duh. But I feel like a lot of people, including me, sometimes I'm guilty of this, forget that there's more than one avenue of things to do or more than one type of content. And a lot of the time, if I am taking Lumi on the subway, he has to be in the backpack regardless because dogs have to be in bags in the New York City subway. So it just makes sense for me to film then. But like honestly, I feel like after watching a lot of your skits, you have actually inspired me to make more types of content like that. Even though I'm not completely comfortable, I used to. I feel like, and then you get comfortable with something that works for you, which is what you said. So I feel like trying something new, doing something you might not be comfortable with, it'll work out in the end. But I loved that. That was really nice.
I think there's this, like, it's pretty natural to, the more you grow, the more you're aware of the audience seeing you and how you start to, like, hyper focus on everything. Like, there's not even just one thing, like views, what your videos are, content style. See, like, if one video went super viral, you're like, oh, I should just do everything this one now. Because I feel like I've like not even thinking changed my video style over time slightly, but like lost my carefreeness in a way.
Hmm.
And that really upsets me because I don't give a fuck. But for some reason, when I'm like finishing a video, there's so many times that I've sent videos to Jackie or shown my boyfriend or something, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I don't, I'm not gonna post this. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, that's so you, that's so, like, it's fine, whatever. And it's like the realization of everybody looking at you, but like, that's kind of the whole point. Like,
Yeah,
they're supposed to be looking at you.
Do you ever
I don't
get
I
know.
like
think
that?
me,
Yeah, where you're just like, oh my god, I like don't know if I should post this. Like I'm embarrassed. Like, do you ever get nervous?
I script it knowing it will be embarrassing. Like I script it knowing this will be cringe. There are if you see especially a dating video of mine and you think, wow, that's kind of cringe, just know I know. Like I'm aware. And part of me is like that is what not just does views, but people are scared to put themselves out there and people are scared to be themselves, like sometimes me included. And when you get to watch a creator put themselves out there for so many people and be maybe a little weird or quirky or cringy, I think that's why people watch. I don't know a lot of creators personally that don't have that little bit of like different piece to them that intrigues their audience. Because if you're normal, why would someone
It's
watch,
a good
you
point.
know?
Yeah. I just thought of
So
like a million creators that I'm like, they're all a little weird and I like it.
we're all weird. Like Alex Earl, I'll never forget. I bring her up a lot because I just watched her in the Super Bowl a million times. But like she would not, her room. Did you ever see the videos of her room and how messy it was? Oh
Mm-mm.
my gosh, it was like she threw all of the clothes on the floor and you couldn't step over anything. And then she threw a whole bunch of more stuff on the floor. And she had hair extensions on her bed and her makeup was a mess. And I thought to myself, wow, I would be terrified to post that. And that's why I followed her because I thought, how relatable. My room is messy all the time, but I clean it up before a video because I'm scared what people would think if they see a messy room. And the fact that she just posts it out there for everyone to see is so intriguing and she's so fearless and it's inspiring.
That's, yeah. No, I totally relate to that. I guess I've never really even thought about that as to like the individual's quirk being the thing that you like the most. I'll have to think about
That
it
was
now when I
fucking
see
poetry,
anything.
Galen. That was actually incredible. That should be like a
I'm
needle
so
point.
smart. I'm actually really impressed with myself for talking. I'm having like a really bad ADHD day. Like I feel like I've been like all over the place, but I'm really, really, really happy to be here.
Well, I feel like to end on that note, on being really happy to be here. Thank you so much, Kat and Oliver. Oliver, you're the MVP of this whole episode for sticking around for the entire
Look
freaking
at his
time.
face. Oh
I
my gosh.
No, I love him.
I literally love when
Oh,
they do that.
bye, Oliver. I love
Oliver.
you.